These last 2 days in the stock market painted the perfect picture of why you should buy the rumor and sell the news. I'll explain. Now, I like to think that I was humble enough to admit that I didn't have the foresight enough to make a move. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that honestly, I just have enough exposure in the sector that I really didn't do much. So this first spike right there, right? That's the bottom. I'm pointing at the bottom of it. And you see how it goes up? That was after the news came out that Maduro was captured out of Venezuela. And of course, the market reacted. But then you come to today, that nasty drop. You guys see that nasty drop? Now, I know that buying the rumor part is way longer than 2 days or than a day. Because, I mean, how long have, U.S. forces been out there off the coast of Venezuela, right? Months now. And so this is what I mean, that I like to think that, I'm humble enough to admit that I didn't have the foresight. But honestly, again, the more I thought about it, the more I came to the realization that my exposure to, energy, right, oil, was plenty in my portfolio. And honestly, I didn't need to do much more. And you see a similar picture for XLE. This tiny little thing right there, boom, from here up to there, right? That's that skyrocket when the market opened Monday. And everything was perfect, right? The sector was going up, or this ETF was going up until Tuesday. I can't really reach it, but up until Tuesday when everything started coming down. And honestly, today was just that sell the news portion of the saying. And just for context, these are the top 10 holdings in XLE. Now, if you ask me, in my personal opinion, again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. But if I were to have wanted to make a play out of this, and I didn't have the foresight 4 or 5 months ago to say, hey, we should buy some energy, right? We should tap into oil-related stocks or ETFs. And for some odd reason, I didn't want to get into XLE. Maybe one of these stocks was a little bit more attractive. I would have taken a look at the capital that I have available, right? Let's say I got $1,000 available. I maybe would have spent half of that, right? Or maybe I would have just gotten one share out of all these, or maybe 3 of these, right? Top 3, top 5, whatever. Put those orders in, right? Monday morning or like Sunday night, and then wait to see how the market reacts. And this isn't just, Venezuela and Maduro. No. This is for anything new in the market, right? Whether it's a stock you want to get into, whether it's an IPO, I feel like what works for me is to get your feet wet, see how the stock reacts, and then see if it's worth it coming in more. I guess what I'm trying to say is, aside from buying the rumor and selling the news, right? If you have the foresight, what you can do is not go all in. Buy a couple shares here and there, see how the stock reacts, and then decide from there. And in all honesty, if you're like me, looking into that long-term goal, right? Long-term plan, long-term mentality, all you can do is just dollar cost average, right? Just dollar cost average into the energy sector if you're already into the energy sector, or maybe this was a great opportunity to, buy in. Trust me, there's no rush, right? There's no rush in just about any of these, right? If you're going to get into the energy sector, I mean, analysts are saying that it's going to take years for this whole thing to play out. So you have time on your side. And with that, guys, thank you for watching. Remember, keep dollar cost averaging, keep investing. Until next one. Take care.